Now get ready for this, get ready for this. That one ride all by itself cost Disney World $100 million to build. Just that one ride cost $100 million to build. But think about this, when I ask people, what impressed you about Disney World? People say, it was clean. The people were nice. From a design perspective, that's very frustrating. But from a business perspective, I think it's very important because Disney World is not selling rides. Okay, what are they selling? An experience, right? Because, and this to me is and this kind of touches on what you were talking about, Tom, rides are commodities. There's a lot of places you can go to get thrill rides. Now the rides have to be great, just like in whatever industry you're in, your product or your services, they've got to be great. But you can't compete just on that because customers and clients have too many options nowadays. It has to be the overall experience. And so at Disney, from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave, everything in between, that's the product. That's really what they're selling. And to me, this is the biggest opportunity that we have in our businesses today. Regardless of how big or small your organization is, this is the biggest opportunity I think that we have. In everything that we do, every interaction that we have with a customer or client, that we do it with an experience mentality versus a task mentality. So the first thing that I think is at the heart of any service-driven organization, and a service-driven employee within an organization, is this idea right here, is to look at every single thing that we do through the lens of the customer. Everything through the lens of the customer. Because most organizations, they don't. They'll say that they do, but they don't, and I can prove it to you. How many of you in the last few years, by a show of hands, how many of you in the last few years have purchased furniture that you had to have delivered to your house? Raise your hand, you bought furniture and it had to be delivered. Okay, then let me ask you this question. What were the guidelines that the furniture store gave you for the delivery of the furniture? What were the guidelines? What was it? Yeah, be there between 8 and 5 or 12 and 5. I had one guy say June. They told me to be there in June. But usually it's a window during the day that they give you. So here's my question for you. Whose convenience are they really concerned with? So to me, the better question is whose lens are they looking through? Theirs. Yet you go on their website, you look at their marketing materials, they'll say, we are a customer-focused organization. You experience the process that they put you through. And it all comes down to the processes that we put our customers through. And they're not. That's the question that I think we should be asking all the time. This is a tool that I highly recommend to organizations that I work with, that I call service mapping, where you look at any process in your business, any process at all. It could be meeting with a client, it could be delivery, it could be the billing process, any process that you want to get better at with your customers or clients. What the housekeepers would do, while you're off in the park playing, they'd come into your room, move the characters off to the side, clean up, and then off they would go, because they had a lot of rooms to clean. One evening, one housekeeper, her name was Helen, she decided she was going to do something different. She was doing the nighttime turn-down service in one of the hotels. And she went into this one family's room, and again, they were off having dinner, and the characters were all over the floor. And she did all of the, she moved them off to the side, and they did all of the things that she was supposed to do. She cleaned up the room, turned down the beds, but then she took the stuffed Disney characters, put them up on the children's beds, up on the pillow, and then she tucked them in. I know. And then she left a little note saying, I know you had a busy day. The characters told me they were tired, so I tucked them in for you. And she signed her name, Helen, on the note and left it on the bed. It probably took her 20 seconds to do that, but I want you to imagine that family coming back to the room. Everything speaks. Every detail is either enhancing your company's brand or it's detracting from the brand. From the quality of the facilities to the tone of voice on the telephone. Everything is either enhancing the brand or it's detracting from the brand. For example, this is a photograph that I took at a hospital not too long ago that obviously puts a lot of effort into their landscaping. It's very colorful, right? It's very vibrant. But what's everybody in the room looking at right now? The Pepsi can. Finally, and we were talking about this last night, they've proven this. The highest level of service that you can provide to a customer is advice. When you teach a customer something that they did not know before, that is we talk about that trusted advisor. When you've reached that level, that's the pinnacle of service.